It's an everyday thing. It's an everyday thing. It's an everyday thing when you let your nuts hang.
Get unready with me while I'll tell you guys about a friend trip that I took, and let's just say I'm not friends with her anymore. So a few friends of mine decided that we were going to Arizona. It was my friend's annual birthday trip, and she just goes to Arizona every single year. And so for her birthday, she decided that she wants to go back to Arizona. She invited me, and I had this friend that I was friends with. We were actually like super close. And I introduced her to my other friend. So I don't really want to give away names, so we're gonna name them Lara and Gina. So both Lara and Gina were my friends, and I introduced Gina to Lara, and they would come to my pool every single week in the summer, and we would just have like pool dates, and it was super fun. Like, they got along well, and I was like super happy about that. Lara decides to invite Gina to her birthday trip, her annual birthday trip to Arizona. And Gina was like super excited. She really wanted to come. Her birthday also fell like in the same week. So it would kind of be like perfect for her to go because it's also her birthday. And so she was telling her boyfriend like she really wanted to go with us and she was going to invite him. And basically it became like this huge like friend group that was going. So Lara set everything up and she just invited everybody. So me and the girls, we were like planning outfits. We were so excited. We couldn't wait, and like everything was fine, right? I think there was like maybe 10 of us that were going. So Lara's man booked the Airbnb for everybody as a birthday gift for his girl. And her man, Lara's man, messaged me and he's like, hey, I'm proposing to my girl. It's also her birthday, but I'm proposing to her. I want to surprise her because that's where they originally met. So he wanted to make it special for her. So I was helping him out on like, the planning. I found like a event planner over there so he can like do something really special and cute for her. And so I didn't want to tell Lara, but I told Gina. I was like, hey girl, I know it's Lara's birthday trip and like you guys are invited, but it's also like she's also getting proposed to. So like we have to make it like extra special for her, and like we have to make sure like her nails are done, and I'm sure they were already going to be done. She's going on vacation. We have to make sure like she's like snatched for the day that she's getting proposed to. Outfit, shoes, bag, like make sure she's calm, make sure she's relaxed, she's having a good time. It's her special day, like she's getting proposed to. She was on board and she was like, oh my god, like I'm so excited for her, like this is so cute, like I love this. Let's just say she wasn't excited and she wasn't happy for her. We get to Arizona and we think everything is fine. Me and Lara got to the Airbnb first, and I mean, you would assume if Lara's man paid for the Airbnb, they're getting the master suite. I mean, isn't that common sense? And it's also her birthday trip, and she's also getting proposed to. So wouldn't you just assume that like they get the suite? Well, Gina wasn't happy about that. So within 5 minutes of her arriving to the Airbnb, Gina comes into me and Maya's room, and because there was another girl named Maya that was there, and she starts crying, literal tears, guys. And she says, I don't know, me and my man, like we're just not happy. Like I just don't understand like why like Lara and her man get the master suite. Like I just don't get it. And I'm like, girl, would you please shut the fuck up and just like, you're being ungrateful at this point. And I mean, she had her own room, her own bathroom. Me and Maya had our own room and our own bathroom. Yeah, it was a little bit bigger, but like, you know how it is with two girls in one room. Like we need a little bit more space. We have more things, And then Lara and her man got the master suite, and everybody else just got whatever. Like nobody was complaining. Like literally nobody complained except Gina. So everybody unpacks and we're like, okay, let's go grocery shopping, and usually like my friend group, we go grocery shopping together. We put everything into one cart and then we just split it. Like, isn't that what normal people do? No. Gina and her man wanted to get their own little cart, which is fine. Like it's not that big of a deal, but like you're just being weird from the get-go. First you're crying, now you want to get your own cart, but okay, fine by me. And she starts putting things in there, and then we go home and like I'm unpacking everything, And she's like, these are for me and my man. And I'm like, like, you're kind of acting weird. So like, I just, took everything out from the bags and I put them in the fridge. And I'm like, honestly, like, we're not about to start the trip like this. Like, everybody just zelled the guy who paid for it, and we just move on. Like, it's not that serious. Like, why can't you just split it? I actually take that back, because I do think it's weird that they decided to get their own cart and wanted to pay for their own things, but then decided to eat everybody else's food as well. Then we get to the Airbnb, and
Of course.
all the girls are like, let's, put our swimsuits on, like, let's go into the pool, like, it's such a beautiful day, like, let's just chill the first day, and then we can just have dinner, because we had dinner reservations that night. So all the girls, we put our swimsuits on, we got into the pool, we're having a good time, and Gina's boyfriend comes out, and I'm like, oh, where's Gina? Oh, she's in the room, she's upset. I'm like, oh my god, what are you upset about? We're in Arizona, girl. The sun is shining, like, it's gorgeous outside, like, we have a beautiful house in Fountain Hills, like, come on. And so she finally comes out, has her sunglasses on, and her nose is red, so I could just tell she was crying. I'm like, what's wrong? And she's like, nothing. I'm like, okay. Do you want to come to the pool with us? No, I don't want to. I'm like, okay, well, I'm not about to get on my hands and knees and beg you to come to the pool with us. So, like, if you don't want to come, I'm just telling myself this. I didn't tell her that because I didn't want to be rude. But I'm not going to beg you to hang out with us. So if you want to hang out with us, you're more than welcome. If not, then I'm sorry. Like, this is not your trip. It's not all about you. I just got water on my shirt.
Why those girls?
I don't even remember the exact timeline of everything, because I'm just honestly still shook about it. I don't really think about it often, but it's just like, what? So the first night, I think we went out for dinner for Lara's birthday, and everything was fine. We were all having a good time. Gina seemed like she was having a great time too. I was sitting next to Maya, and I was also sitting next to Lara, and then Gina was sitting across from me with her man. And this is when shit started to just get sloppy. When you're in a house with a lot of people, shit can get dirty and messy really quick, especially when you're on vacation. Nobody's there to clean, which I understand, but you still have to pick up after yourself. So everybody was contributing to, like, helping me clean, except for Gina. And I didn't really care, to be honest, in the beginning. And I'm just saying this because at the end, something happens and they do mention that. So I'll let you guys know. But one night, Lara decided that, you know what, I kind of want you to have, like, it's also your birthday, Gina. So I kind of want you to have a day where you can, like, make dinner reservations, and then we could do what you want. So Lara didn't have to do this, but she was just being kind because her birthday falls in the same week. So she's like, I'll let you have it. Like, we can go out for dinner wherever you want. We can do whatever you want in the evening. Like, whatever your heart desires, we're gonna do it. She's just being nice. And so she decided we were going out for dinner, but then she also decided it would be a great idea Gina decided that it would be a great idea to bring her boyfriend sister. I think it was his sister. Yes, his sister. Gina's boyfriend's sister lives in Arizona, and he hasn't seen her in like 15 years or something like that. And they thought it would be a great idea to have a family reunion, which I think is so fucking weird. We went out to dinner, and there was like 15 of us, and the vibes were just off. Like, everybody knows each other, except, like, we don't know Gina's boyfriend's sister and her husband. So, like, it's not a family reunion, babe. Like, what? Like, if he wants to see his sister, he could do that on his own time. Like, who are you? We don't know who you are. It's kind of awkward, too. Gina decided to sit at the head of the table, and mind you, there's like 15 of us, so if Gina tries to talk to us, me and Lara cannot hear her. We tried our best to make her feel included, even though she was sitting with her boyfriend and his sister and his brother-in-law. We tried to make her feel included as best as we could, but I mean, the table is really long, and like, you can't hear each other. So we would just go to the bathroom and debrief every like hour. And so this is when shit started to get awkward. Apparently she got mad at maybe me, I don't know who, because somebody at the table decided to bring up somebody that was obsessed with me. And the only reason why Gina got mad about it is because, like, so the person that was obsessed with me hung out with Gina's boyfriend's ex. And like apparently it was like awkward and uncomfortable for him to hear that, and like it was rude, but like I wasn't the one who brought it up, and I was actually uncomfortable that somebody brought it up, but it was fine because I didn't care about that person anyways. But also, like, why does Gina's boyfriend care too? Like, is he hung up over like his ex? Is he not over her? Like, why would Gina get mad at it? Do you get what I'm like putting down here? This is how good of a friend Lara was being to Gina. She realized like her boyfriend really wasn't like doing anything special for her, like besides going out to dinner, that she reserved her, like Gina reserved herself. So Lara decided to bring out like a bottle with like, you know, like the sign that says like happy birthday Gina, and her boyfriend didn't do that. And she like was texting me and Lara like, I'm so upset, like he's not making it special for me, like he's not really doing anything, like I'm so mad about it. So she was sitting at the dinner table texting us like upset about this whole situation. And then she, later on in the story, she accuses me and Lara of like being on our phones the whole time during dinner. Like she thought it was so rude and that we weren't giving her any attention. And I'm like, dude, please like spare me. Kind of got mad about it, but I guess they like brushed it off. We went back to the Airbnb, and I guess they decided to go and grab some snacks. And so they asked everybody. Gina and her boyfriend were like, oh, like what do you guys want? I guess somebody like asked for Monster or something, like an energy drink, and they got mad that like they had to pay for it. Isn't that weird? Like they were just talking about money the whole time, and I just hate that so much. Like, why can't you just be normal and just split everything? Like, I just don't get it. And if you're so pressed about money, like why are you coming on a trip with a bunch of people? Seriously. Fast forward to the day that Lara's getting proposed to. All the girls know, all the boys know, Lara doesn't know. So everything is running smoothly. Of course, Gina was just being a brat the whole time. Like her energy was just off. Mind you, she's my friend, but the energy was just off. But also, I'm sorry, like I'm not gonna kiss your ass to hang out with us. I'm not gonna kiss your ass to be like happy. Like you're not my child. Like I'm not doing that. I'm not babysitting. I can't do it. Like, I'm sorry. So she just wasn't happy that she was getting proposed to. I don't know what the deal was. Like, I don't know why she was acting like that. Lara's man reserved like this really beautiful, gorgeous spot. I remember the spot, but it was literally gorgeous. They hired a photographer. Like, there was just rose petals everywhere. They had like a champagne bottle for them to pop, like after he proposed. Like, me and Maya were like honestly taking over the videographer, the photographer's job. Like, we were just so happy for Lara that we were just like taking pictures and like tears and like, you know, the work when you're just happy for your friend. Well, Gina, she wasn't very happy. She was literally standing there like this, and she walks up to Lara and she's like, oh, I didn't take any pictures of you. Like, why would you say that? Like, you're just giving hater, you're giving jealous, you're literally giving like you don't care for her. Like, I know you guys weren't that close of friends, but like the fact that I introduced you to Lara, you're embarrassing me, dude. The photographer actually caught a photo. We took like a group photo with the girls, so Lara and me and then Gina and then Maya, and you can tell like me and Maya, like literal tears, like in the photo we're literally doing this, and then you see Gina in the corner and she's like this. She's so mad. And the fact that the photographer caught that photo was actually hilarious, because it just proves that we're not lying, we're not being dramatic, like this actually happened. I don't want to insert it because then like I don't want to expose people, but and I'm using fake names. So then we're at dinner at this beautiful restaurant that Lara's man reserved, and I don't know how it happened, but Maya and then Gina's boyfriend and then Gina and then me, and Gina was upset that Maya was sitting on the other side of her boyfriend, so she made him move. Baby, nobody wants your man. Literally nobody wants him. Trust when I say nobody wanted him. Literally nobody. I swear, I think I have like 400 photos of Lara, and I think Gina had like 1 or 2. Like, you could just tell like the jealousy was there. Then we decided to call it a night because it was a really long night, and we went back to the Airbnb, and Gina's boyfriend thought it would be okay to invite his friends, because he used to live in Arizona, So he has friends from Arizona. He decided it would be okay to invite some of his friends to the Airbnb without asking Lara and her boyfriend. And her boyfriend was the one who booked the Airbnb. So I just thought that was really awkward. His literal friends showed up out of nowhere. We don't know these people. They decided to bring speakers and like a DJ set. And like, I don't know if you guys know, but like some Airbnb hosts, like they don't allow like music after a certain time, and like parties, like it just wasn't the vibe anyways. So like why are you inviting random people, and why are you doing that? Like, you're just disrespectful. We were all irritated at that point, and we had a pool, we had a hot tub, and these people literally just sat in the hot tub with us. Like, it was just so awkward. I think most people called it a night because it was just uncomfortable. And so we went to sleep, and the next day, I actually don't remember the timeline. I think I'm just traumatized. But basically, we were heading out, and it was time for us to take our little road trip to Vegas. And it was only me, Maya, Lara, and her boyfriend. And Gina had plans with her boyfriend to stay in Arizona so they can visit Gina's boyfriend's sister. So I had told Gina, because Lara had went to bed, she was really tired. I had told Gina, I was like, like maybe we should get started on the cleaning. This place is a disaster. We have to check out by 11. Like, we have to pack and like make sure the place is clean. Like, I don't want Lara's man to get charged for the place being dirty. So she looked at me and she's like, yeah, that's not my problem. So I literally didn't say anything, which I should have. I'm so stupid. I got up, left the hot tub, started cleaning. I started doing the dishes, cleaning inside. There was literally cake on the floor, okay? This place was a pigsty. I cleaned everything. I left outside. I'm like, tomorrow I'll do, clean outside. It'll be fine. Like, I'll have enough time. So I cleaned the inside of the Airbnb. I did the dishes. I packed my bag so that I could wake up early, and then just, Maya and Lara can help me clean outside because Gina clearly wasn't gonna help me. So then I wake up the next morning, and I decide there was a few dishes in the sink, so I'm like, okay, let me just do these dishes before I like head outside or wake up any of the other girls. And all I hear is this girl fully dressed, makeup. It's like 8:30, 9 a.m. Fully dressed, makeup. She's got her bags packed, like she's ready to go. I'm literally at the sink. I just turn around, and she's like, yeah, me and my boyfriend, Gina's like, me and my boyfriend are gonna head out. And I looked at her, and I just turned my face. Didn't say bye. I didn't say a goddamn word. I just continued to do the dishes, and that was that. It gets worse. I would also like to add that at some point during this trip, me and Maya decided to get a cake for Lara on her birthday. And Lara was cutting up the cake, and so she offered Gina's boyfriend a slice, and then Gina like heard that, so she like ran across like the room, and she's like, you want to give what to my boyfriend? What do you want to give my boyfriend? What? Babe, stop being insecure, dude. And we get to Vegas, everything is fine, like we're having a great time, we love it, our trip is like perfect. Like, nobody argued besides, like nobody had issues besides Gina. Like, she was the only person complaining on this whole trip. The rest of us were just living our best life, enjoying it. And I'm sure if I was an issue at all, I'm sure Lara would be like, honestly, like, you're just doing the most, you're doing too much, you're complaining, this and that. Nobody said a word to me. I literally was doing nothing. I was just being a good normal person. Like, anyways, so first night in Vegas, Lara looks at her phone, and she sees like a little meme that Gina posted, and it's a picture of a frog. I forgot where he was from, but it says me on my birthday, and it's her wearing a party hat, and like tears are coming out, and I'm just like, she's so fucking dramatic. And she posted the meme, her basically a frog wearing a party hat, like a birthday hat, and tears are coming out of his face, and it says me on my birthday. Babe, like, we get you cried on your birthday. We get your like little dramatic ass bitch. Like, we get your crybaby. We get like you're a pick me. We get that you're just a fucking bitch and you can't be happy for other people. Like, we get you're selfish. We get you're stupid. We get you're fucking annoying. You literally ruined the whole fucking trip. Actually, we had a great time regardless. Like, nobody was paying like no mind to her. Anyways, so then I'm like, oh, that's so weird. I didn't see that on my Instagram. Like, we follow each other. Like, we're friends, supposedly. So I go on my Instagram, and guess what? She blocked me. That fucking bitch blocked me. What did I do? I literally did nothing. Oh, I wasn't licking your ass. I'm sorry. I'm not your boyfriend. I'm not your girlfriend. I'm just a friend. Like, I'm your friend. Like, I get, like, we're besties, but, like, I'm sorry. I'm, like, am I wrong here? Like, I'm not gonna be like, oh, please hang out with us. Please come to the pool with us. Please, like, I'm begging. Like, I'm not doing that. Like, we're all adults here. Like, we're literally, like, 30 years old. Like, if you don't want to have a good time, I'm not gonna beg you. Like, I'm sorry. I'm just not doing that. Mind you, I tried my best to make her feel, like, included and special because it was also her birthday week. Like, you know, she would put her outfits on. I took all the pictures she wanted. I helped her take pictures with her and her boyfriend. Like, I made sure her, like, hair was perfect, like, fit was on point, makeup was great. Like, I was that friend. Like, lighting was great. I brought my, like, little ring light thing. Like, I was being a good friend. So the fact that you blocked me is just beyond me. So I looked at Lara. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, why would she block me? Like, that's so fucking weird. So I texted her and I said, hey, I just, you know, find it so weird that you would, like, block me. Like, what happened? Like, what's your issue? Like, nobody gets it. I asked Lara, I'm like, did I do anything wrong? Like, maybe I didn't realize. Nothing. She's like, girl, you did nothing wrong. I asked Maya. She also said the same thing. I asked Lara's boyfriend. He's like, dude, like, you literally did nothing. Like, we don't get it. She just was a fucking baby the whole trip. Like, everybody, like, the vibes were just off and everybody felt it and everybody's like, dude, the vibes are off, and it's all because of her and her man, like Gina and her man. So, like, I knew I wasn't the issue here. I knew I wasn't the problem. So I don't know if I want to share, like, the text messages, because I did end up texting her and then she was too much of a fucking to text me back, so her boyfriend texted me. Yeah, she can't even fight her own battles. Like, you're a little fucking baby. But I'm gonna run it back a week. We all decided we were going out to dinner, and Gina was sitting next to me, and I think Lara was sitting next to Gina. And Gina pulled out her phone and she's like, oh my god, I need to show you something super funny. We were cool, we were friends at this point. And I'm like, oh, okay. So she brings up her phone and I see, why did you invite Sarah? Or, like, why is Sarah invited? And I'm like, this is weird. Like, she's talking about me. So I looked at her and I was like, hey, like, by the way, she, like, grabbed her phone and, like, you know, locked it. And I'm like, okay, this is weird. Like, she's talking shit about me. So I asked her, I was like, hey girl, like, why is my name in your phone? Like, why are you talking shit about me? I just find it really weird. Like, first of all, the plans weren't even made by you. I just don't get it. And she's like, no, like, it's nothing. Like, I swear, like, just me and my boyfriend, we were just talking about something. I'm like, no, babe, it literally says, like, why was I invited? Like, why did you guys invite me? Something along those lines. I was like, I think I have every right to, like, read that. Like, you're talking about me. I want to know what that is. Like, if you say that we're friends, then you could show me. Like, I'll understand if it's something, like, you know, normal. And she decided she didn't want to show me. And then I was like, I got really upset. I didn't cry, but I was just really upset and pissed off, and I just became silent. And I told my friend Lara what happened, because she was sitting right there, because she was confused as to what happened. And then I looked at Gina. I was like, honestly, like, I have every right to know, so you better show me right now. And she's like, oh, I deleted it. Babe, if you have nothing to hide, why did you delete it? So then she got pissed. She stood up. She went to the other side of the table. The bitch starts crying. Like, literal tears. Like, I'm not even kidding. Like,
Because she got
I'm the
caught.
one who should be upset. I'm the one who should be crying. I'm the one who should be pissed off. Why are you crying? It's giving you're a manipulator. It's giving you're a fucking liar. It's giving you're a fake ass bitch. It's giving I should not be friends with you. And I should have known from then that something fishy was happening, but, like, I'm just fucking stupid sometimes. So I don't even think I ever received an apology for that, which is crazy. I never found out why they were talking about me. I never found out the tea. Like, I just don't understand. Anyways, I don't know if I want to share the screenshots of the text messages, but I might as well. I just want to add one more very, very important thing. Lara's boyfriend paid for the Airbnb, and I begged Lara. She can even comment on this video. I literally begged Lara 100 times, like, please tell me how much it was. Like, I want to pay my share, because, you know, your boyfriend is not responsible to pay for my share of the Airbnb. Like, I don't like that. Like, I think it's unfair. And she's like, no, please, like, no, we're not doing that. And I was like, okay, well, at least, like, I'll pay for the gas, like, you know, I'll chip in here and there, buy Starbucks, like food, like groceries, like whatever it may be, like I want to help in any way that I can. And so when we did go out for dinner, I would literally grab like the bill after he looked at it, and I would look at how much the total was, and I would just divide it by how many people there were. I wasn't like picking like, oh, I just got a salad, I'm just gonna pay for that. No, I didn't do that, because I hate when people do that. I literally just added up the total with how much a tip would be, and I sent it to him. Nobody knew this except Lara and her boyfriend. And nobody needed to know this, you know? Like, it wasn't anybody's business if I was paying for my things or not. Like, I didn't need to announce to everybody, like, hey, by the way, guys, like, I am paying for my things. It's actually nobody's fucking business. But I was doing it because, you know what? Like, he's not responsible to pay for my things. I just think it's really weird. Like, he's not my man. Like, you know, it's really kind that he did offer, and I do appreciate that he paid for the Airbnb, but like everything else is not on him and it's not his responsibility. So that was like a very, very important factor. I forgot to add another part. I went into Lara's closet to speak with her because she was in there like getting ready, and she's like, hey dude, like, do you want to hear something so weird? And I'm like, yeah. She's like, she asked me how many carats my ring was, and I'm like, why would she ask that? Like, as if it's any of her fucking business. Like, that's just a weird question. Both my sisters are married, and I never even asked them. Like, I'm just happy, like, they got the ring they wanted, like, it's beautiful, like, I'm so happy for you. I'm not like, oh my god, how many carats is it? Like, I want to know how much he spent. Like, I don't give a fuck. And why does it matter? Why do you care, dude? Like, you're literally a weirdo for that. And she's like, yeah, dude, like, she asked me on 2 separate occasions, like why, like how many carats it was and like how much it was. And I'm like, oh my god, she's literally embarrassing. And they tried to use the excuse of like, oh yeah, like, oh, I'm just very familiar with rings. Babe, you're not. You literally worked at Mac. And where else did she fucking work? She literally worked for the Real. Like, you're not familiar with jewelry at all. You can't say you're familiar with it. You can't say that you had a friend that was familiar with it. Like, she tried to use that excuse when I called her out, and like, no, I'm sorry. Like, no, we're not doing this. When I did text her and like confront her about like being so bold enough to like block me, even though like, I'm sorry, babe, like, you were the problem. It wasn't me. Like, you literally blocked me out of nowhere. And I told her like, I don't understand why she did that. Like, what was the reason for you blocking me? And like the fact that like I went out of my way for weeks, by the way, because her boyfriend didn't want to go on this trip. Like, he was being so hard about it, and like, I don't know, he was just being weird. But she really wanted to go, so like I was for weeks like trying to convince him to go, and I'm like, you know, it's her birthday, like, just make it special for her. Like, she really wants to go on a trip, and like, this is the perfect moment, this and that. I also did mention that text message that we were there to celebrate Lara's birthday and her proposal, to like try to like not make it about herself, even though her birthday falls in the same week. It also wasn't her trip, but Lara was nice enough to give her like, you know, a day to herself, like to do. I don't know if I want to post the receipts, but I guess if like enough people like want to know, then maybe I might like read them, you know, maybe. So yeah, I am no longer friends with her. She, after I texted her, and then she didn't have the balls to text me back, because I feel like she knew she was wrong. She can't face me, she can't admit, she can't take accountability for what she did. So she had her boyfriend text me some disgusting things, and I have not heard from her since. And yeah, so be careful who you go on trips with, because people are fucking crazy. A few of you guys had questions about if Lara and Gina are still friends, and the answer is no, they're not friends. Lara actually stopped being friends with Gina because she thought it was super disrespectful that when I texted Gina, she couldn't even respond back to me, that she had her boyfriend text me from his phone and basically disrespect me. So she thought that was like really fucked up. I know everybody's also dying to see the engagement photo, but to protect my friend Lara, I'm not gonna be posting that photo, because it was just a very intimate moment for her. And if I do post that photo, I know a lot of people from my city like follow me on TikTok, and like that's just gonna expose too much, and I'm just not gonna do that. This was my text to Gina when I found out that she blocked me, and I'm gonna insert the next clip. It's also the same text. I forgot. Insert the next clip.
It says, I know you're not going to answer, but for you to do something so bold, I have the right to tell you how I feel. I hope you enjoy the rest of your trip. I did want to mention that I was really disappointed that I went out of my way for weeks to convince so and so to bring you on this trip because you really wanted to go. I didn't even receive a text from you at all. I don't expect a thank you, but maybe a text checking in, but it didn't seem like you were in any mood to speak to anyone on the trip. It didn't seem like you had a good time. There was just weird energy and the time all the time, and it was throwing us off. The majority of us were just easygoing and there had to have a good time.
It's also the same text. I forgot to mention that
She says, we were all there to celebrate so and so's birthday and proposal because that's the main plan was months ago. And I tried, so and so, and I tried to make you feel included the whole trip, which is why we also said a B day dinner for you, your birthday. And it seems like you were upset from the very beginning when the rooms were chosen. We tried to make it fair for everyone, but the only ones who really mattered was so and so and so and so, to be honest. So yeah, they obviously got the master bedroom because it's her B-Day proposal trip. I also didn't feel like you contributed to helping clean and you didn't even offer. So and so ran to help when they woke up. Maybe we were just raised differently, but I was told that you said that you helped clean before you and so left, and I don't know if you meant you packed your.
you walked into Lara's room, I guess, to say like goodbye to her. And she had told her like, yeah, like by the way, like Sarah was cleaning and I helped her clean, like, but me and my boyfriend are leaving now. So she told them that she helped me clean, which is fucking crazy. This is the last of the messages that I sent to Gina.
So and so left, and I don't know what you meant by you packed your luggage, but I was not offered once to help clean, so the fact that you said you helped is beyond me. In fact, you told me the night before when we were sitting in a hot tub that we'd be fine, which probably meant we not including you. I woke up every morning and made sure the mess we left from the night before was all clean. The days you guys were leaving, you just watched me clean in the morning and said you got and said something. That's not fair at all and made me feel like I was the maid. I'm not trying to attack you, but that's just what I noticed the entire trip. It didn't seem like you cared to be there at all, and it didn't seem like you were happy during the proposal because you had your arms crossed the whole time, not taking photos, and then you went and told so and so you didn't take any. That's not nice to say to a friend. And then I find out you asked her on multiple occasions how many carats her ring was. I wasn't there for that occasion, for that conversation, or the times you asked her. And I wish I was because I would have stopped you because that's so rude and not something you should ask someone. I have two sisters who are both married and I never asked them once that question.
That I sent to Gina. After I sent that message to Gina, her boyfriend texted me.
First off, I don't appreciate that made up notion that you were all walking on eggshells the entire trip. From the first day in the house with you, I noticed how off the energy was, and it wasn't so and so. If anyone else in the group had an issue or felt vibes were off, how come no one spoke to me about it? They were off from the start. And during the birthday dinner, none of you even looked up from your phones to enjoy the dinner, celebrate, or you contributed nothing to her but bring up things she didn't want to hear on her own birthday. I feel like that shows what type of friend you are. Very much, you very much believe you went on this trip to live through your phone. I noticed you brought up the cleaning. How is it that you're expecting of us to clean up your mess? Anything we used was disposed of as I cleaned every day. Also, how much did you contribute to the Airbnb or anything for that matter? In this situation, you are the maid because you had absolutely nothing to contribute but take up space. As soon as we left that house, it was like a weight had been lifted off our shoulders. So and so didn't ask to carry size. Instead, she said her dad's best friend is a jeweler, and she's familiar with those. Look, this is the girlfriend. This is ain't no dude texting all this. There's no way a guy typed all this crap in. Cause no, ain't no way.
Could read it for yourself. And again, here.
Didn't ask to carry size. Dad's best friend is a jeweler. She's familiar with those stones. For you to name drop and make yourself out to be a person who has it all figured out is beyond me. Ever since I've been acquainted with you, I've noticed you are starved for attention and you don't get it, so you have to create it. Honestly, I don't give a F what you say. Everyone thought because what everyone thought because not one person had it in them to confront me in person if I was such a problem. For you to say that don't remember me taking care of it's complete BS. I was wanting to get her out there and home safely. You shouldn't have been reading our private messages regardless. As her phone is not your property, I wish you the best in finding yourself moving forward. Yeah, that's definitely uh, Gina. Let me see if the comments saying. Somebody said, "Oh my God, are we sure Gina didn't send that text?" Everybody, this has to be her texting. I mean, this is clearly not no guy texting all this. Clearly, like that. That's just too much. No guy is going through this much energy to confront another woman. Gina's man is so sassy. Um, like it's almost hilarious that some guy would write all this. It's not true. I don't believe it once all. I don't believe it at all.
Here he fucking goes by saying, like, you didn't contribute anything to the Airbnb. What did you even contribute? Why the fuck do you care? Like, me and Lara's boyfriend, like, I had already told him, like, listen, you know, I don't really want to tell anybody. It's nobody's business, but I'm going to be selling you for the dinners that we take. Because it's not his responsibility to pay for my things. But why do you fucking care? Like, you're not the one paying the bill, so why do you care? And then he called me a maid. He said I was taking up space. That's just crazy. Down there, it says for you to say that you don't remember me taking care of Gina is complete BS. The night that we went out for dinner a week before the trip, she got like shit-faced, like completely shit-faced. And she starts crying in front of everybody, which was fine. Like, I get when you get shit-faced, like, shit happens. And she didn't want to eat. She started crying. So, like, I would have a bite of, like, a chicken strip. And then I would feed her. And I'm like, yeah, like, we're eating together. You know, I was trying to help her out here. Meanwhile, the whole time, her boyfriend is in the bathroom. Like, he was nowhere to be found. I didn't, like, literally nobody knows where he was the whole night. I'm starved for attention. Did I cry the entire trip? Was I a fucking big fat baby? Like, I'm confused. I did literally nothing. Like, in fact, your girlfriend was starved for attention the entire trip. She had to make everything about her, honestly. And on the bottom here, it says about, like, I shouldn't be reading their private messages. His girlfriend, on the dinner that we went to a week before the trip, his girlfriend was like, I have to show you something funny. So she shows me her phone, and I read my name. Oh, why did you invite Sarah, or why was Sarah invited? So I think I have every right to kind of know, like, what the situation was. So no, I wasn't reading your private messages. Your girlfriend showed it to me. And then she, you know, decided to cry about it because she got confronted and she couldn't handle it. When I texted Gina to understand, like, why she blocked me, I don't think I was being rude at all. I kind of just stated the facts. The fact that her boyfriend messaged me, I'm pretty sure she told her boyfriend to message me, which is so weird. Like, babe, if we're best friends, like, just fight your own battles. You don't need your boyfriend to do it. Like, I just don't get it. And, like, why would her boyfriend even, like, message me? Like, why are you getting involved in girl drama? Like, you're just being weird at this point. And, like, the fact that you called me a maid, you told me I'm the attention seeker, like, all of these things, it's just crazy to me. Like, stay out of it. This was my response to Gina's boyfriend after he texted.
You both clearly don't have a valid reason to be upset because you haven't made any logical statement. You're just responding to what I said about you guys being weirdos on the trip. I didn't contribute to her birthday. I'm sorry, I'm not going to lick her butt and give her attention 24/7. I didn't birth her, and I'm not her man. We were all there to have a good time, and if she wanted to sit alone or up your butt the whole time, that's on her. Maybe you should ask her why she was so mad the first 5 minutes after arriving to the house. She complained to me that you were complaining in the room situation, so I guess you guys need to be on the same page. Coming and attacking, you look so dumb. That's F, both of you guys. I'm starved for attention. Your girlfriend cried every chance she got because she dies for attention. You both came on this trip and wanted to make it about yourselves when it never was, and I told you that. And at so-and-so's, when I caught you guys talking stuff about me in the text she showed me, which you did not deny. Both of you are so fake, it's unbelievable.
Texted me. I think in the beginning, I was more upset at the situation why my own best friend couldn't even, like, talk to me, that she had to send her boyfriend to attack me. And I think that turned into anger for me, so this is how I reacted to his text. Those were the texts between me and Gina and me and Gina's boyfriend. I did tell Lara about what happened, and she thought it was super rude at the fact that her boyfriend just decided to disrespect me and basically get involved in our friendship. And so Lara decided to text Gina a long ass fucking paragraph basically telling her off. So let me know if you guys want to see that. I think that's pretty much it. If you guys have any questions, I guess I can answer them. I don't think I'm leaving anything out. In case you guys were wondering what I actually contributed to her birthday, I took her out for dinner and I paid for it before the trip. And I also got her a Drake concert ticket and we went, me, Lara, and Gina. So yeah, I think I contributed to her birthday. Not only did Gina ruin her relationship with me and Lara, but from what I know, there was another friend that was friends with Gina, and we reached out to each other, and they're no longer friends because she heard that Gina was talking shit about her. So I don't know who the problem here is. It's definitely not me and Lara, but that's pretty much it. I'm back with an update. The fact that you guys want all the tea is actually hilarious to me, so let's go. Lara has entered the chat. This is her message to Gina after I had texted Gina, and Gina's boyfriend texted me, and then I texted him. So this is the end of it. And Gina did not respond to any of these texts. So this is what Lara said.
Laura says, I can't begin to tell you how disappointed I am in the way you're handling things with Sarah. Just a few weeks ago, we all talked about how if we ever had issues with each other, we would talk about it. That came out of your mouth. It's extremely childish to have your boyfriend talk for you if you have a problem. You guys have been friends. It was Gina talking. You guys have been friends for years, and so barely knows her. If he has such strong opinions about someone he met a handful of times, there clearly has been some stuff talking going on your end as well. As a grown woman and a grown ass man, that's not how you handle yourselves. The way is talking to a woman, let alone someone you call your best friend, should be the biggest red flag. I want to address some of what he said, although I don't even expect a response from you. This is mine and so and so's anniversary, my birthday trip. Sarah's my good friend, and I was invited on my trip before I ever even met you. So no, she was not taking up any space, nor was she expected to be a maid or on our trip. So and so was the one who booked everything, and I didn't ask for money from any of my girlfriends. Although they both asked, I don't know what that concerns you guys though. Every person in the house helped clean messes they didn't make. That's what you do to be polite on group trips. It's not about whose mess it was. I was nice enough to invite you to join our group because you seemed like a sweet person and will fit right in. However, the entire time, everyone could tell you that you were crying and upset about something every day, including because that's what he told us. No one confronted you guys because we were all focused on having a good time and celebrating what is.
Do you remember when I told you guys there was a person that was obsessed with me, and Gina and her boyfriend got upset that somebody brought it up because the person that was obsessed with me was hanging out with Gina's boyfriend's ex, and if Gina's boyfriend wasn't still hung up on his ex, he wouldn't even be mad at it. So when we said we talked shit together about blank numerous times at Sarah's pool, we were talking about the person that was obsessed with me. We thought it was hilarious because me and this person were friends. It was a male, and he was just so in love and obsessed with me, and I didn't look at him that way, and I looked at him like a brother. And then when I started actually dating somebody, he crashed out and then called me a hoe and like all these other things. So like I stopped talking to him, and then me and the girls just laughed about it. So the fact that she's like bringing it up, saying that she's like mad that somebody else brought that up during the vacation is crazy to me, because the only person who should be annoyed is me. So go ahead and read.
Oh Lord, these paragraphs. Having a good time celebrating was supposed to be an exciting moment in our lives with our friends and family that wanted to be there for us, which everyone did have a great time except for the two of you apparently. So you tell me you who had the bad vibes here. Second, when Sarah and I were texting at the table for a brief moment the night of your birthday, we were discussing how to improve your night because we were mad at for bringing up his ex. We have talked stuff together about so and so numerous times at Sarah's pool, and it was never an issue. That was something we all had in common, and we're laughing about it at the table. The only person who brought something up that I guess triggered us, you, was your man. So also sat at the other end of the table from us, talking, taking it hard to hear you or talk with you. If you had just talked to us about that, it bothered you, you would have understood the misunderstanding that apparently happened with that, but it was your choice to sit away from everyone on your birthday. We went to the restaurant, so you wanted to. I even asked them for a sign with your name on it, but you guys chose to sit in the corner and not talk to anyone. Everyone was tired from travel and wanted to go home that night, to be honest, but Sarah and I made sure we all went to celebrate you. I've gone on 15 plus group vacations in my life and never experienced this kind of drama and bitterness before. It is wild to me that you thought the trip you would get the master bedroom on our trip, which we booked before you guys even were planning to come. We never even made a fuss.
I honestly still can't believe this happened. This happened like a year and a half ago. I'm not pressed about it, but like me and Lara, we always told each other that one day I'm gonna do a TikTok story time, and I just felt like yesterday was the day. So I just had to do it. Here we go, the last part.
The body language you had on our proposal seemed angry to the point my other friends noticed, and there's pics the photographer took that showed your face being annoyed, and that's how it was the whole trip. I was willing to let this all go, as I know not everyone can handle group trips and social situations, but you had no right to speak to Sarah that way and disrespectful and be talking stuff about us behind our backs the minute you came in the house over a bedroom. You had an attached bathroom all to yourself. Shared my bathroom with three guys and didn't get ready in there one time, but you don't see me having a meltdown over it. The room you guys had was a master bedroom. Everyone else got twin beds, no bathroom attached. LOL. It was a beautiful house though, and no one cared where they slept. Yeah.
And that's a wrap on my TikTok story time of who the fuck did I go on vacation with.
What to do, everyday people, man? It's your boy PJ. Today we back with another lit video, back in the confessional, and yes, we staying lit, big dog, man. Shout out to my everyday people who rock with me every day. Shout out to my player partner, Lucky Wills and Deals. He keeps it lit. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe to this video. Let me know what y'all think about it in the comment section. Hit the links down below. We got HiveMindLabs.com where you can unbig that back, and we got Opulence Scents. Okay, let's get into it, man. Get your 3-wick candle for Opulence Scents now. Well, this is kind of sad, man. Another girl's trip ruined by a spicy big back, okay? This shouldn't have went that far. I think, like, if you don't know people, I wouldn't even go on any trip with them. I guess if you want to go on trips with somebody who you've never been on a trip with, I think y'all should start with something a little less complicated, like y'all all get your own hotel rooms and stuff like that, come in different cars. We meet up at different places and stuff like that. So if somebody wants to stay behind, they can. If things ain't going right as it will, everybody can split, go their separate ways. But something with less commitment. When you get an Airbnb with that many people and you just meeting some of them or just first time trip, I think it can get a little spicy because you don't know nobody. That's like moving in with somebody you barely even know, you know. So I think just like, yeah, first trip should not be in an Airbnb with a bunch of people that you don't know, because in this situation could go wrong, and then y'all be looking like, oh my God, it was this person, it was this person, you know. When it was probably a little bit of everything, okay. So especially if y'all end up talking about another person, be like, yeah, that she's kind of weird. You know what I'm saying? She's acting funny. I don't. Just saying somebody's acting funny is weird enough. You know what I mean? So anyway, that's all I really have to say about that. It's really nothing. This was cut and dry. I mean, Gina is a dirtbag. She also had a boyfriend. She also texted from her boyfriend's phone to say all that mess and calling her a maid and stuff is because she wanted to be disrespectful, but she didn't want to come in from her phone. So she used her phone, her boyfriend's phone, which is crazy because then they be like, well, why is you talking about her so bad? Like, why are you talking to a woman like this so bad? But there's no red flags there because what kind of man would talk to a woman like that? Like, that's why I don't think it was another man. I don't think it was a boyfriend. The boyfriend's just stupid enough to go along with it. Like, yeah, use my phone, baby. I love you, stupid. Anyway, everyday people, let me know what y'all think about this in the comment section. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm gonna holler at you later. Peace.
Day and night. For some women, it can start working in as fast as 1 week.